Hey gamers! Are you an avid enjoyer of slop on the internet? Then boy do I have news for you! I'm opening a new channel with this handsome fella. So if you want to see us play video games poorly while we talk about Goku smoking weed or whatever, this is the place. As of uploading this video, there should be some content on there. You can watch us lose our minds in Voices of the Void or watch Metaclang suck at Penny's Big Breakaway. Go check it out, or you're all meanies. Anyway, back to slop. What's up, good looking? Welcome back to the MinMax challenge. I have a mountain of abnormalities left that need spanking. Most of these I was supposed to fight a lot earlier in the progression chain. But since the game never gave you any incentive to do them, well, now we're doing them with way overpowered pages. So I quickly break some anime girl's spine, watch as the servant becomes the master, build a horrible defensive Esther deck, Scarecrow, Logger, not these two, fuck these guys, Big Bird, Punishment Bird, oops I accidentally discarded Lullaby, Judgment Bird, Snow Queen, just make sure to bring Blunt, and of course Boring Heaven. Most of these fights really just boil down to win the clash or target the right thing. There isn't really much of a difference when comparing them to vanilla. You know who is a bit different? Hana kicked my ass. But if I focus one down, I can kill one of them. And guess what that yields me? Hallelujah, it's Brace Up. With this, the trifecta of infinite economy has been completed. Brace Up Ominous Power Bottom Deal, or Mob Engine I guess. It's kind of like a party trick. It makes your deck look good and people think you know what you're doing. And all you pay for this is a Hauler slot and the curse of the shitty starting hand. For me, this means I can finally consistently cycle some of the higher cost pages, as well as just stably use mass attacks without much of a regard for light. Zhao and Korean techs definitely benefit from it the most. Ye could cycle Exhale Smoke, but that implies giving up Sudithwak, and I cannot just do that because awesome. As for Hana, there really isn't much to say about Hana. Really, they are just kind of brute force. Just really scary pages and scary rolls, lots of damage, lots of stagger and health. Oh, and also, you thought max rolling Mind Whips were bad? Now get ready for max rolling Celestial Spears. Yippee! I get lucky on the first turn of the second act because I start with Distorted Blade. This rolls just high enough to get rid of Mirene's... Okay. It rolls just high enough to get rid of Mirene's Aguri Kick. The last thing I need is for her friends to roll even higher. And once Nikolai leaves her mark, I can pop between her eyes, and then this fight is basically already over. Once Xiao wakes up, she could just bleed up with Tao Ti. Jesus Christ, that rolled so high. Really, both Zhao and Korean text have like really high min rolls, making them super valuable. Lock and Fiery Death Stab are just really good for this. Anyway, Oliver is kind of a scripted sequence. You just clash correctly and then you win. Though make no mistake, Oliver's key page is absurd. The 12 fixers boost his minion rolls by 2. In context of this challenge, this means he just essentially has +2 die power on everything, just from like standing there. Plus, I want to say this for the record, he is better than PT in power null situations. So he too can join the key pages of can do something that PT can't. Anyway, this fight is basically holding out until I get fervent beats. No, seriously, that's just it. I guess. Sorry if you were expecting Kino. I don't immediately pick Fervent Beats here because I want my 4th speed die, just to get more value out of my turns. As it turns out, that isn't exactly necessary, but all it does really is just extend the fight by 1 scene. Alright, now I can basically just beat the crap out of him. Ignore the part where I tried to clash here despite him having 5 strength. Definitely not just me being overzealous once again. Good night, Oliver. Between the city and the night sky, you alone are the braced up one. Okay, let's kill these guys from a dubiously canon webcomic. Then again, Kim is full of shit, so I don't really care what he has to say. Anyway, this fight is really awkward because everything rolls just slightly out of my comfort range. Now everybody would just slap some slash resistance on somebody and try to hard tank the cat. My natural reflex, of course, is to put confrontation on Korean text. I cut the ominous power for Torn of Wisdom because he can both get the econ and the die power from his passive. And this, does work. It is a deck that exists. Don't use it. Don't even bother. Managing your econ is not something that an Abno page should be doing. From there on, the fight is rather easy. Ozma is just Ozma, nothing really changes. Oh boy. Oh boy. For the joke's sake, I'm not even going to speed up this fight. I'm just going to let it play at its regular speed. Without cheesing it, this fight is basically just the same fight but on steroids. I bring Murnay for additional strength. Usually Trigram's Ominous Power is not what you want to bring to this fight. Because obviously that just takes more time for you to use, but I do so anyways because fuck it. I hope you enjoy my real-time mechanical prowess. In the meantime, let me fill your ears with some of the comments you guys left. BTD 6 not right tower defense. Oh, you fool, you've activated my trap page. We're gonna talk about deck theory for a bit, yes. So let's talk about Smoke Smash, I guess. Smoke Smash is pretty good on Ye because it accomplishes what Ye wants to do defensively. Since you're not gonna be running Mind Hauler on Ye, you're gonna be using Evade Die to get your stagger back. And while usually Evade Dice just have a pretty decent average, their actual roll range is pretty eh. Smoke Smash says no to that and just rolls a minimum of 12 and 15 if you factor in the conditional and Myongas at its highest. The smoke that it inflicts is pretty minuscule, but you're still going to get lots of value from a 1 cost. That is Smoke Smash in a vacuum. The decision you're going to have to make is if you want a stronger neutral core for your Ye deck, or are you going to have better cyclability on exhale smoke? For the record, this is the Yay deck I ended up using for the most part. Vapor is kind of exchangeable with Deep Drag depending on what I need. Test Run can be exchanged for Wedging Thorn and honestly probably is the better choice. The Singleton core works pretty good on this. If you want to just build this purely for exhaled smoke, obviously, you would be running Deep Drag. You would replace Smoke Blow and Smoke Smash with 333 and Field Mods, and Test Run for any other light gain, really. For Stagger Recovery, I still have Will of the Prescript. Though the rolls aren't as high, you're still able to punish some of the lower rolling dice on enemies. This obviously still assumes that you're running Myongest. All the while Smoke Smash might be able to hit some of the lower rolling dice without Myongest. While I wouldn't say this is the most optimized build I made, it's generally good enough to deal with most contents. Also, it's kinda tiring to optimize a Smoke Singleton hybrid deck for every specific boss fight, which you wouldn't even get to fully live out in vanilla because the fight ends as soon as you get Soul Lament. Objectively and favorite goes pretty hard in the same sentence. My favorite realization is the realization of the floor philosophy, because the Apocalypse Bird section is probably the most fun fight in the game. It is fair and challenging, but still stays simple enough. Dear mod authors, I do not want to read your manifesto just to know that the enemy gets +2 die power whenever I pick my nose or whatever. How do we tell them? Okay, the paralysis is pretty substantial to be fair, but you definitely have alternatives. I mean, even Smoke does. Nuh-uh. Block dice are still really important. Like I said, most of the times if I can't win a clash, it's all about damage control. And even though they don't roll as high, block dice still do a decent amount of damage reduction. So no, it's not completely free. And that's all I got for today. No, just 1 second, we're not finished just quite yet. This broke-ass bitch boy can't even pay me back when he owes me money. Motherfucker looks like he and his crew would lose in a YouTube drama. Pedophile award-winning type build. At Tetris sucking ass. I will use my fucking psychic powers to command Donald Trump to bring back slavery so you can fucking go back to picking cotton or whatever. Please take a shower immediately. I hate you. I hate you so much. Good night. Blue star. I try to run some identify weakness crap, and that idea gets shut down quicker than I expected. And I say, you know what, screw it. Let's get out the Blockma. And shockingly enough, it works actually, even with only 4 people. I even get the opportunity to run the Mass Attack Deleter 9000. And woohoo, Beyond Buffed can just roll it anyway. So it isn't even optimal. And wow, that was the last abnormality in the game. Which means it's about time we do all the realizations. Tiv's realization is pretty easy. Except the Knight of Despair phase during the Gesture of Nihil sequence. The swords deal way too much damage, so they kill Nikolai and the king. Also, they forgot to take away Zhao's ego when she turns into a magical girl, whoops. I still end up winning, because Sludge is too strong. This realization sucks. The first phase is still pretty awful. But thankfully, since we've made all this progress, instead of instantly losing when you kill the wolf, you instantly lose when you kill the wolf. This is followed up by a horrible DPS phase where I keep losing because he keeps eating the most important person on the team. And then I lose to Mimicry because I don't have Fragile. I bring back Alan Yeh and they help me beat this. God damn it, you don't really want to see this. This is just horrendous. Chessett's realization is an IQ check for toddlers, so let's brush that aside as well. Oh, good lord. Out of all the fights, this is the second worst one I was dreading. So I give this fight the respect and actually give you a team rundown now. Bina will be running Myongist, Easygoing Breather, and Electric Shock. Do not let the other professionals fool you. Support Bina does not exist and her mass attack is amazing. Bina's biggest issue that she has is her endgame light sustain. To fight this, I have Easygoing Breather to reduce the cost of pages. I'm going to use Watchful Eyes on her to give her more light regen. And occasionally, Korean Text will be able to give her light when he can. Electric Shocks is best in slot, but there is an argument to be made for Deep Breaths. But since we're going to be dealing with Power Null, Paralysis is the way to go. Oliver is going to run a very tight deck with a very strict rotation. Forget that he's missing 3-fold tenacity, I definitely did not forget to attribute it. Nikolai will just run the typical Nikolai stuff plus Electric Shocks because, yes, I don't need to run BOB because Charge can just do the same job and she also gets benefits from it, so it's okay. Zhao runs BOB, Burn for DPS and Electric Shocks as well. Yan is also here with BOB Mass Attack cycling. His deck is a bit odd since there should be a 2-cost here to cycle with the lock, but I both need Baleful Brand for DPS and Emotional Turbulence for rolls, so it's hard to make a choice here. The first turn is an RNG fest. Since I am running 3 BOBs, I am bound to get screwed over by the curse of the starting hand, but the eyeball chicks as well can change their behavior greatly. If I get attacked too much, I'm gonna take too much stagger damage, which is gonna screw me up later. Oh yeah, about Weight of Sin. So people have been curiously asking how Weight of Sin works in this, and surprise, surprise, the thing that we think is overpowered is really overpowered. Sustaining the damage isn't actually all that hard. You can just stack all the HP giving passives and you'll be fine. You'll also have Tilted Scale, and despite Tilted Scale having a +1 bias, you'll be able to get it guaranteed at your 4th abnormality page. This is because small beak, a breakdown page, is actually at a bias of 0. This means at a fully realized floor, our third pages should be small beak, judgment, and punishment. Then our fourth set of pages should be 2 of them and tilted scales. Oh, and long arms, by the way, is also at 0 bias. So yeah, I'm not locked out of the beast, fortunately. Oh yeah, back to Way of Sin. I don't want to use Way of Sin because it just feels a bit too broken. And also I really like this fight, so I just don't want to do it. The second phase is really weird. I could just, like, kill Roland right here, but I would be progressing the fight too quickly. I do need more emotion levels so I can deal with Judgment Bird. So I spent one scene just clashing with birds. Oops, ignore that. Judgment Bird is absolutely miserable if you don't just instantly stagger him. Thankfully, Korean text can help us out with Distorted Blade once again. Mass attacks are just that OP, man. In this turn, I can give Oliver some of his stagger back by my blatant misplay. And here we go. Hey, Power Roll makes things easy to calculate, so, you know, no problem. The first turn is about survival and getting the mark and paralysis on him. His mass individual is just conveniently outside my rolling range, which is unfortunate. Thankfully, my BOB users are not really affected by the light drain, because BOB. For the second turn, I kinda forget that his mass attack is not gonna roll an 18 but a 15 instead. This will cause me to take some unnecessary damage, but it's not the end of the world. In this phase, I'll be able to break the egg with Tau T integrated pillar spam. The price is that Bina won't have any light for the next one, but it's okay, I'm willing to pay that. The worst part isn't even his rolls. He can randomly break Zhao and Korean text by hitting both of their OPs. But surely that would never happen, right? I mean, I have my entire deck in my hand. Go figure. For his last phase, I need to stagger him in this turn, otherwise he'll be throwing dual mass attacks and then I'm in trouble. As fate would have it, I am 4 stagger damage short, which has effectively just killed Bina. Because I used her mass attack last scene, she doesn't really have much light here, so she won't be able to roll both mass attacks. That's fine, Bina has successfully done her job, so we don't need her anymore. But as fate wants it, I actually do roll some 7s on my speed dice. So even though it makes no difference, Bina does get to live. Oh yeah, not to mention, I beat Apocalypse Bird on my first try, bitches. If you still think this game is nothing but luck, go suck a dick. Anyway, I am out of recording footage. Wow. I guess this also marks the end of the episode then. But don't worry, if you are hungry for more slop, then I shall remind you of the Sludge Cast.
Don't watch it. It's pretty good.